secret to inner peace. It's the law of detachment. The law of detachment is simple. Let go and receive. The more you chase, the more you push things away. The minute you detach, you release and create space for the things that are meant for you. What's truly meant for you. Here's how it works. So you detach yourself from the outcome. Stop obsessing over the outcome. Wanting something too bad creates resistance. Instead, set your intention, take action, and then just trust. Let go of control. You can't force people, opportunities, or situations. The right things align naturally. Detach from validation. Your worth doesn't depend on approval. The moment you stop needing it, you attract real respect. Embrace uncertainty. Life isn't meant to be fully predictable. When you trust the unknown, new doors will open effortlessly. Master emotional freedom. When you detach from expectations, you stop suffering over things that you cannot control, things you cannot change. That's power. The paradox. When you no longer need it, it comes to you. Detach, trust, and just watch things just fall into place effortlessly. You ever feel like sometimes like the more effort you put into something, the more it resists? Okay, that's because think about something. The more you pull something, the more it resists. Like even in tug of war, like the more you pull it, they're going to pull back. Like it's going to pull back and try to pull away from you. So just, you got to let things happen to you naturally. Let things come to you. Yes, of course, I believe in intentional movements and living on purpose, but you cannot attach yourself to the outcome of that, because whether it turns out like you wanted it or you didn't want it, it's still the right outcome. And you may not understand that right now, but it's the right thing for you. It's the right outcome. Even if you don't get it right now, you'll maybe understand it one day. But when you detach from that, you detach from the outcome. Also, there's a book called The Four Agreements that touches on this. It's really good on this, so I recommend that book. But anyway, you guys, detach, trust, let go, and then that's when things will come to you. And this goes for work, relationships. This goes for everything in life. The more you detach from it, like the more things will just come to you. By detach, I don't mean forget about it. By detach, I just mean let go of the outcome. Let go of obsessing over the outcome. Put everything you can out there and then let it go. Anywho, love you. Mwah.
A lot of people don't know that the law of attraction goes hand in hand with the law of detachment. It's almost like, when you're in school and it's this girl that you really want and you showing her all the attention, that she could possibly get, and she's just not fucking with you for every reason, until that one day you decide to not show up that attention and now she on you. You know what I mean? You apply that to a lot of areas in life. The law of attraction is the law of detachment.
Have to sometimes detach from their parents and leave their parents alone, you feel what I'm saying? Completely separate from their parents if they got to. Alright, so being the chosen one, you come here for a certain purpose, you feel what I'm saying? We all have the ability to do certain things, but some of us literally came here for a certain purpose. We was chosen to come here for a certain purpose, and some people did not answer the call, and some people answered the call. If you answer the call, you was meant to answer the call anyway. If they didn't answer the call, they wasn't meant to anyway. So, we have to go through certain things in life, you feel what I'm saying? But we have a certain mission, and we have to prepare ourselves for that mission before we get to doing this mission. We're doing this mission already, but for a certain part of this mission, we have to prepare ourselves. It's like if you go to the army, you have to go through certain trainings before you actually get out there in the field, you feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, a lot of things that happen to us in the beginning stages of our life, this is training, you feel what I'm saying? And your family is one of them. And also, I'm gonna say as well, you are also helping heal your bloodline. You are helping people as well. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but first I want to say your family is part of your training. You were born into a family, and you may not feel like you have a connection with this family. You may feel like the black sheep of this family. They may treat each other some type of way, but treat you completely different and treat you wrong, outcast you feel what I'm saying? They have you feel like this, that, and that. They may gang up on you. You may have narcissistic parents, parents that have, you feel what I'm saying? People and parents and siblings that have narcissistic tendencies, have traumatic tendencies, you feel what I'm saying? Moving off programs that they was programmed with. Because all of this is part of your training, you feel what I'm saying? But when you help heal their bloodline, you feel what I'm saying? You helping heal their bloodline, and at the same time, these people are in your life. It's basically a training course for you to go out in the real world and complete your mission, you feel what I'm saying? Because these people are closer to your heart because they're your family, you feel what I'm saying? So they're closer to your heart. You share blood with them, physical blood. Blood is our life, you feel what I'm saying? Blood and air is really our life. You can't go a full day without air, and you can't go no day without blood, you feel what I'm saying? Not even a minute. So with that being said, these people have the most pull on your emotions, the most pull on your spirit. So they also like they train you in order to handle certain things in the world and also to gain certain attributes to unlock your powers. They basically put you under pressure, you feel what I'm saying, in order for you to expose your light, which is why you see that everybody else got programmed, but you didn't get programmed. They may say you're rebellious, this and that. It seems like they may constantly attack you. This is your training course, you feel what I'm saying? Because if you go through these things with your family, and these regular people in the world you don't even really care about, they won't bother you because you love your family more than you love them. But sometimes you have to separate from these people in your family because they're not meant to ascend. These people only purpose in your life was to make it hard for you so that you can evolve and grow and get better, you feel what I'm saying? These people are not going to change. They're going to be stuck in their ways, so you have to distance yourself from them, which may be your mom or your father or both or your siblings. You have to get away from them because they're not meant to be in your life. The family that you were born into is not the family that your real family. The family that you create on this planet is your real family, which means your friends, your spouse, and your children. These are your real family. These are the people that actually resonate with you on a spiritual frequency, not just through flesh and blood, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all connect more than flesh and blood. Y'all share the same morals and boundaries, you feel what I'm saying, the same thought forms. So once you complete everything you got to complete with this family, then you're going to be basically have to separate yourself from this family. You're going to build a new family, which is going to be new friends, which are going to be your siblings, you feel what I'm saying? You're going to be your own mother and father, but you also may meet other elders that are able to give you information like your mother and father should have done but was not able to do. You're going to be able to have your own children in order to pass the information down to them, you feel what I'm saying? You're cutting those people off at that part of the bloodline, and you're taking that bloodline and you're rebuilding it and turning it into a golden bloodline, and also extending it further, which is why you realize that your siblings might not have children, you feel what I'm saying? 333, you might be the last child, or you might be the first child. Like me, I'm the first child, you feel what I'm saying? But I've been through the most, you feel what I'm saying? I wasn't babied. I got looked at like I'm supposed to be just this and that, you feel what I'm saying? You know how it is for the older children. But with that being said, just know that this is a part of life, you feel what I'm saying? You're not wrong for not wanting to be around these people. You're only doing what you have to do for yourself, for your own peace and your own soul and your own expression. I love y'all. You guys are Amari, truth, love, duality, peace, and wholeness. Just stay true to yourself. Stay righteous.
Cutting everyone off saved my life. And I know that a lot of people will hear that and think that that's really harsh or probably really crazy. But unless you've been on the spiritual journey, it's hard to understand. And it wasn't out of bitterness. It was absolutely 100% a spiritual shift. Because when you start healing, you start becoming more self-aware, and you can no longer ignore the way that certain people drain your energy. Because when you're unawakened, you really don't realize all of the chaos that you are surrounded by. But once that happens, you feel it in your spirit, you feel it in your body. The more I disconnected, the more I leveled up. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I used to suffer from really, really bad anxiety. I mean, like panic attacks almost every day. Gone. Had high blood pressure for years. Gone. Spent years struggling with my weight. Gone. And my nervous system was finally regulated. This is the first time in my life that I have ever felt this level of peace. And that's because I'm no longer surrounded by people constantly feeding off of my energy every single day. Family, friends, everybody. For the first time in my life, I've been able to pour into myself in a way that I've never had. And I don't want to trade that peace for anything. And I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but it is so hard to want to open that door again once you experience this level of peace. And it's not that I'm closed off to making new connections, but I'm just not willing to trade this peace for the chaos that unhealed people bring. Because unhealed energy is so draining. It's so unpredictable. And all they do is just take and take and take and give nothing, leaving you depleted. And I know there's people who believe that being isolated is a trauma response. And you know what? Maybe it very well is. But for me, it feels more like spiritual protection. It feels safe. Unfortunately, a lot of people just are not good. They're just not. And maybe this is also the neurodivergent experience. But all I know is that I'm safe here. And I'm not just letting anybody in to disrupt this peace that I've worked so hard to maintain. Anyone else in this space? I know I can't be the only one.
Alright, let's get something straight real quick. Alright, detachment. Detachment doesn't mean that you stop caring. It's not about shutting down your emotions or walking away from things that you love. Detachment is about releasing the grip you have on outcomes, on people, and on control. It's the art of loving fully, but without clinging. Why? Because clinging stems from fear. The fear of losing, the fear of lack, the fear of not being enough. But when you detach, you're saying to your higher self, I trust. I trust that what's meant for me will stay, and what leaves wasn't aligned with my growth. Here's the paradox. Here's the thing. The more you let go, the more aligned your life becomes. Detachment creates space for freedom, for love to flow without conditions, and for the universe to work its magic. So stop holding on so tightly. Trust the process and let faith guide the rest. Peace.
Is on your side and rooting for you to get what you want. You just have to relax and stop throwing the hissy fit that you're not getting what you want right this minute. In other words, that's the thing that's going wrong with so many of you. You so want what you want, and you innately know that you should get it, and when you're not getting it, there's this feeling of injustice that is so pervasive that it makes you just sort of freak out. And you just gotta freak out less frequently, and not be so hard on yourself when you do it, and then remind yourself, everyone is on my side. In other words, the source, the resources, it's all coming together for me, because my life is supposed to go well, and things are supposed to be good for me, and life is supposed to be fun, and I am supposed to feel ease, and things are supposed to work out for me, and things are working out for me.
This is the reason why you have to learn spiritual detachments. That's your self-respect. That's how you show yourself love. If something is draining and is taken from you, understand you have to protect yourself. You are worthy. You are enough. You are your own person. You have to make decisions that's best for you. That's your boundaries. That's your self-respect. You have all right to release and cut ties with people that's draining and doesn't respect you. And when people go out their way to make you bothered about something, they go their way to validate themselves by trying to prove a point to you, trying to downplay you, trying to boast, whatever they do to have someone try to stroke their ego because they want their ego to be stroked. Mind you, most of the times these people, when they do that, it already shows right away. It shows that they need the validation to feel worthy. They don't feel worthy enough. They don't feel good enough. So once you pick up on that attitude, that behavior, once you pick up on that attitude, in the back of your mind, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of them where I already feel unworthy. So they have to do that. They have to prove a point. They have to do the extra stuff to get your validation. They have to downplay. They have to talk down. They have to feel like they have to overpower you somewhat. They have to talk over you. They have to shun you somewhat to feel validated, to feel worthy. They're already feeling some type of way about themselves, and this is why they wanted you to feel some type of way. And this is going to force you to be unbothered because you know where it's coming from. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I know what this person is trying to do. They're already battling with themselves. They already feel unworthy. So, of course, they're going to go out their way to try to feed off of my energy like that. Understand? It's people do that to feed from you. People do stuff like that to feed from you because they're already lacking inside. They're lacking within. So they feed off of others' emotions, trying to do the most, trying to go out their way to invalidate you just to validate themselves. It's a way of feeling powerful because they already feel powerless. They feel powerless, so they have to feed off of you in some way or another to feel powerful. These are your energy vampires. So you have to learn spiritual detachment. You have to learn to not take it personal. You have to have a deep understanding of what's going on with this person. You have to send them love and light. You cannot take it personal, and you have to remain unbothered because that's their source. They want you to feel bothered. They want you to feel some type of way about what's going on with them and how they want you. They go out their way to make you feel some type of way so you could have some ties there, some emotional ties there, so they could pull from that. You have to learn to detach yourself from those individuals that feed off of people's emotions to feel worthy. Within themselves, they already feel unworthy. They don't feel good within themselves. So this is why they this is why they go out their way to do that to you, to try to prove a point to you. And you understand that, you pick up on it, and you understand, hey, this person, they're battling with themselves. They're their own biggest enemy. Why should I be mad about that? So this is how you're going to be unbothered. Why should I be mad about someone that's battling with themselves, that can't even face themselves? You send them love, light, and healing, and you keep it pushing, you move on. You don't take it personal. You understand, you have a deep understanding of what's going on. And you send them love, light, and healing, and you move on with your life. Life continues. Yes, it's better said than done, but you have to learn, you have to practice, you have to start embodying this energy for your own emotional health and emotional well-being.